Hey guys, I had to make a new, I had to remake this video because I didn't really have the first round of the playoffs figured out, and the numbers were wrong. None of the picks have changed, so if you saw my first video, you already know what my picks are, but I had to change some of the numbers of games and stuff because of stuff, but I'm going to go through this like my old video. For people who didn't see the first video. So, Western Conference, I've got Dubuque on top. They look like the strongest team in the West right now to me. I've got Des Moines. It's my team. For those of you who don't know, I've got us at second, and part of that's just, because I'm a Des Moines fan, I'm hoping for the best, but I feel that we could finish as high as second. I really think we can get up there, and we're at a tough point in the schedule. We just lost 2 to Cedar Rapids, and we got Green Bay and Cedar Rapids again, and we're at a tough stretch of the schedule, but I think we'll bounce back from that. Omaha's third. Omaha always has a good team, and I don't expect it to be any different this year. They look pretty good. Fargo's fourth. They are third right now. But they've played more games than any other team in the league, so I think they'll at least fall to fourth because their position in the standings is a little misleading right now, I think. We've got Sioux Falls fifth. I feel they're a good enough team to finish fifth. And then I've got Lincoln sixth, and when I made my first video, they were in last, and since then, they've actually jumped ahead of Sioux City and Tri-City into 6th, so just showing that my prediction is already on its way to becoming correct. But anyway, Sioux City 7th and Tri-City 8th. But I feel Lincoln's going to have a strong second half, and that's why I put them at 6th, because I feel they will jump ahead of the Sioux City and Tri-City. Eastern Conference, I have Green Bay winning the Anderson Cup in first, and if it's not Green Bay, it's most likely going to be Cedar Rapids. Those are 2 really good teams, and they're both very tough to beat, and that's why we're at a rough point in our schedule, because our last 2 games were against Cedar Rapids, and then tonight we play Green Bay, and tomorrow we play Cedar Rapids again, so it's a really tough stretch for us right now. Indiana's third. I think these 3 teams are pretty much the top 3 of the conference, and unless something happens down the stretch, I don't see these 3 losing the top 3 spots there. I've got Muskegon at 4th. I do feel that they'll hold on for 4th, but they've kind of been struggling lately, so it'll be interesting to see if that plays out like I still think it is. But I got Waterloo at 5th. And I think they'll have a strong second half and jump up to 5th. So, got them there. Team USA 6th. It was a tough decision to decide whether Team USA would be here or Youngstown would be here. I could see Youngstown getting that last spot maybe, but right now I'm just predicting Team USA. And then Chicago's last. They just made a bunch of trades at the deadline, and basically they're throwing in the towel for the season pretty much, and building for next season is what it looks like. So Western Conference first round, Omaha versus Lincoln. For those of you who aren't up to date with the new standings in the first round, it's going to be a 3-game series with all 3 games being played at the higher seeds building. So for this instance, all 3 games would be played in Omaha. I've got Omaha in 3 games. The Omaha-Lincoln rivalry is a great rivalry, and the playoffs make it so much more intense. And I expect Lincoln to get at least 1 game out of that. But I think Omaha will win at least 2 in their own building. Western Conference, first round again, Fargo and Sioux Falls. I put Fargo in 2 because I don't think Sioux Falls will really pose that much of a threat for Fargo. And my phone's ringing, but I'm going to continue with this video anyway. Indiana and Team USA, again, Indiana, Cedar Rapids, and Green Bay all seem to be a little bit ahead of the rest of the conference, and so it'll be Indiana in 2 games, I expect. And then Muskegon and Waterloo, even though the games will be in Muskegon, if it plays out like I say it will, then I would still expect Waterloo to get that victory, because I think that they are a better team than Muskegon, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them upset Muskegon. So, Western Conference semifinals, Dubuque and Fargo. I'd have Dubuque in 5 games. I feel Fargo could possibly beat Dubuque because Fargo's a better team, or is a good team. They've been good in the playoffs, I mean, and they've had good runs. They've been to the finals the last 2 years, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them have a good run again, but I think Dubuque will win in 5 games. Western Conference semifinals, Des Moines and Omaha. I have us in 5 games. A bit of an optimistic pick. Wouldn't be surprised to see Omaha win, but optimistically picking us in 5 games because I'm a Des Moines fan, and I think we'd all do the same for our teams to an extent. Green Bay and Waterloo. I have Green Bay in 4 games. Again, I think Green Bay's much better than most of the conference, except for Cedar Rapids and Indiana. But so I expect them to beat Waterloo in 4 games. Cedar Rapids and Indiana. I feel this will be a good series, and but I think Cedar Rapids will win in 5 games. I think Cedar Rapids is better than Indiana, pretty much. I mean, Green Bay, Cedar Rapids, and Indiana all played better than the rest of the conference, but I think Green Bay and Cedar Rapids are probably going to play in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think they're better than the rest of the conference, I should say. Western Conference Finals, Dubuque and Des Moines. I got Dubuque in 5 games because Dubuque's a really good team. I think we could possibly win this series, but I mean, Dubuque's a really good team. It's going to take a lot to beat them, and I really don't see them struggling much unless something happens at the end of the season, like if they get injury plagued or something, but I'm not really expecting that to happen, so. Eastern Conference Finals, again, I have Green Bay and Cedar Rapids in there. I've actually got Cedar Rapids in 5 games. I actually think they can steal a game in Green Bay, probably, and then win 2 at the stable. I think they're good enough to make it to the finals, and they're about the only team I would pick right now to beat Green Bay. If I had Green Bay going to the finals, I probably would pick them to win the cup again, but just decided to go with Cedar Rapids. I think they have a good chance to upset Green Bay. And the Clark Cup Finals, I have Dubuque and Cedar Rapids. I got Dubuque in 5 games. I think Dubuque is a little bit better than Cedar Rapids, and Cedar Rapids will have a tough, though Green Bay will wear them down, and I think Green Bay will wear them down just enough to the point where Dubuque can, get in there, and after 5 games they'll probably wear them out even more. And I'm thinking Dubuque will win. Those are my predictions. Thank you for watching. If you have your own predictions, you can leave a comment, or better yet, make a video response. And let me know what you would change, what I didn't get right. So I will see you guys later.